4th show, they don't have to do the final. Because it's really overkill. Like, once Colin does his 4th show, he's going to have over a 95. And that's an A+, so...
Devin's here.
Hey, Devin.
Conlon's here.
Hey, Conlon, how's it going?
And Nick.
Huh?
And Nick.
Hey, Nick, how are ya? We still have 4 minutes, so give people a chance, Chima and Megan and a couple other people to get in, and then we'll get started. Be right back. Want to see who's in class so we can get started. I'm sorry. Okay, so who all is here?
Devin, Conlon, and Nick.
Just Devin, Conlon, and Nick. Okay, Devin, Conlon, and Nick, I'm gonna give Megan and Chuma and Elijah, who's always late, and let's see.
Megan Cheemer here.
Hello, Megan and Chima. Elijah Williams is not here yet, right?
No.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna save attendance this way, and I will fix it when I have to. Which I know I will, so just how it rolls around here. Get that settled. Alright. So hey folks, welcome back to Com 301 radio broadcast production for Teal College and me, Peg Watts, your fearless leader. Not so fearless, but definitely you're stuck with me as your leader. So, what I want to let you guys know is that today is going to be our actual last class gathering lecture on Twitch. What I would have done if we were still on campus and the way my syllabus was set up and my plan, which went to hell along with everybody else's plans, for this week, for this class, was we were going down to Pittsburgh to KDKA and WQED. We were going to visit WQED in the morning and then have lunch with Jim Cunningham, which is kind of a big deal in case you don't know that. And then go to KDKA where my alumni friend Larry Rickard is the general manager of that historic radio and television outlet. So we were going to do that this week and then finish up production work, and I had all kinds of really awesome plans for us, and none of them included isolation from the coronavirus. So we're not going to do those things, obviously, but everybody, we've pretty much done what we could do. I've lectured on the things I think are important right now. The idea of KDKA and WQED was more like professional outlook, like what could you do in radio and television production in the market area that we're in, that kind of thing. And, you know, if the world goes back to normal and next year we're on campus, I will arrange to go down to KDKA and WQED and take a group of media students down for that kind of an adventure. So you're not totally lost out of it unless you're graduating, in which case you could still come back to campus and go on the trip with us if you want. But so all that being said, I think I'd rather give you guys the time to work on your other classwork, your finals for finishing up the semester with everybody else. What you really need to do for this class is to finish up show 3 and 4 for online. Once you're done with that, if you are running a 95% or better, once you finish your 4th show, you do not have to take the final. So you're exempt from the final if your grade is over 95 in this class. You do still have to make sure you've got show 3 and 4 in the can on Live 365, but the final show with all the production work in it, you don't need to do. Those of you under a 95, you do need to do it, and it should include some production value to it, either an underbed while you're talking in the background, running some music, to kind of create a deeper vibe, and adding a few sound bites or something extra is going to be part of how the final is graded. And the grade for the final is going to go into the production work column in the grade book. So those of you who are under a 95, you should definitely do that project. You can afford to get a 0 on it. For people over a 95, it won't matter, so they're exempt. Do you have questions about this? I'm going to wait Count to 10 and wait and see who has questions about the final or the work that's due next. I'm going to drink some coffee from my I Love Lucy coffee cup. Some of you don't even know who Lucy was, and that's sad. Okay. Well, then I'm guessing none of you who are present have a question about that. I want to congratulate some of you who were really, scraping the bottom here a few weeks ago and then managed to pull it all together, get your work done, get things submitted, and get your shows done. And those of you who you know who you are, who've done that, have done a really good job with their shows too. So I'm happy about that. I'm happy with the stuff that you guys have been putting together for Live 365. This is making do with what we have. But Live 365 is also sort of the leading edge and the new frontier for radio and radio broadcasting. At least it's a further extension of it, right? So understanding it and knowing it, it was valuable. It wasn't something I planned on doing with us, but if we couldn't do other things, knowing that was a valuable thing to learn how to do. Would you agree? Would you agree that learning how to do that was kind of interesting and fun? All right, maybe not fun, but it was interesting. Come on. So the other thing I wanted to tell you guys, if some of you are still, concerned about pulling your grades up a little bit, I have reopened the quiz. You remember the quiz, the one that was on radio terminology, and I even gave you guys the answers to it in a document called Radio Terminology. And some of you, a few of you didn't take it, and one or two of you did not do so great on it, so I'm giving you all another opportunity. If you want to take that and boost your grade with that, it will count. It will raise your grade up a few points if you take it. So it's reopened. All of the forums are reopened if you want to submit to the forums. However, if you submit to a forum or do a think response, which I also opened up, if you do that late, like in the next week or so, you need to email me and tell me that it's submitted, because I won't know, and I won't know to check and give you credit for it. So that's your responsibility too. So if you want to redo the quiz, if you want to get in on a forum that you missed out on and get credit for that, or if you want to submit the think response because you didn't, then you still can, and you'll get credit for it, and credit for it's better than a 0, because with some of these things, what you haven't seen yet, especially with the think response, is that if you haven't done it, I have not put the 0 in for it yet, which will bring your grade down. Don't be one of those people that has that happen to them. Just, you have time. I'm not going to really scrutinize the grade book completely until the 28th, probably the 29th, right? The day after the last day of classes. See what everybody has submitted in. Put 0s into things that people haven't submitted their things to, and then see how the grades fall. So if you've missed out on the think response or the quiz, or you haven't done a forum, you have time between now and the 28th to get that done. And I suggest you do it, because if you're looking at your 80-something grade, you've got like 85, 87, if I put a 0 in for think response, it's going to go down to an 80. And if I put a 0 in for forums or the quiz, it's going to go down further. So if you care about your cum and you care about your grade average, I suggest you get that done. Has anybody else wandered into class?
Not that I say.
Eli Williams has not shown up yet?
Nope.
Okay, well, I'm going to email everybody just to make sure that everybody that's on the course list understands that we don't have any more formal meetings. And just work on shows 3 and 4 and get them in if you haven't already. If you have, you've gotten credit for it and it's already in rotation. So thank John for that. And then, that's pretty much what I want to tell you guys. Does anybody have any questions about the rest of the semester right now, like that you can think of? You can email me, but just let me know if you do. If you have a question, I'll bet someone else has the same one. Well, all right. So out of the class, I just want to announce that Megan is the high scorer of all grades. She has over a 99% in the class. Whatever she submits for her 4th show will probably bring her up to 100. So obviously exempt from the final, but congratulations, Megan. And want to let you know too that we really value you as promotions and all of that stuff for WXTC, and great that you're on the media board. So lots of good things to look forward to next year. And Nick, you've done a really good job pulling it together in the class and bringing your grade up, and your production work is good, and I look forward to seeing you do things with podcasting next year and Tomcasts. I hope you get involved with that platform. They could use your expertise and some of the knowledge that you've got with that. It's obvious that you've got it going on. So, Devin, are you coming back to school next semester? What are you doing? John, read me if Devin posts.
Okay.
Devin, you should post and tell me if you're coming back to school.
Nick has a question.
Oh, what's your question, Nick?
Can we do extra shows for extra credit?
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to do an extra 2-hour show, then I will give you extra credit for that. And see where I could fit it in. I'll fit it into the category where you have the lowest score right now. How does that sound? I'm flexible.
Devin says he'll be back.
So you're coming back to school next semester. Okay, good. I don't have to say goodbye to you. I don't have to say goodbye to Megan. And Chima, you come back next semester, right? You're only like a sophomore, aren't you? Chima is another person who really pulled it together and did a really great job once he got it going on. Really good personality shining through on a lot of your stuff there, Chima. Keep it up. Good job. I hope that some of you have just done this for the credit for our class and to fulfill whatever category in your, graduation you're trying to fulfill to get your degree. I hope some of you will think about coming back to the radio station next semester in the fall and joining us on a regular basis. It's a great form of self-expression. It's so much fun. It's creative. It can be whatever you want it to be. But I know that the community only benefits by hearing your voices and hearing your perspective and getting turned on to the things that turn you on. So I hope you consider coming back and utilizing the skills that you've learned. And hopefully next semester or soon thereafter we'll have a full production class for audio production. We're working on that right now. So other than that, anybody else have any questions besides Nick and his extra credit wonderings? If you want to do extra credit to try to boost your grade up and do an extra show, email me and let me know, just so I can figure out where to put it in the grade book for you. This is my extra playlist show, and label it that way in your playlist in Live 365. For instance, Nick extra credit, or Nick EC for extra credit, however you want to put it. But this way I know that that's the show I'll evaluate and put that grade into whatever category needs the most boosting in the class. So lastly, I just want to say thanks for those of you who reached out about my Aunt Linda passing. It's hard to believe that tomorrow it's a week. You know, just time is really, when they say it's subjective and time's not real, like this period of that we're in right now kind of proves it, right? I'm not even sure most days what day it is, but yeah, it was hard to lose my aunt. She was a wonderful person, just kind and sweet and funny, and my mom's second sister, kind of like an older sister to me because my mom was so young and she was the oldest of her sisters, so we all kind of grew up together, and so yeah, very missed. My cousins are hurting, and we can't even have a funeral. We had one on Google Hangout, sort of. We had a memorial service for her the other day, and we'll get together in a while when everything calms down and have a proper one. But in the meantime, it's hard, and still worried. My son went back to work yesterday, so he's well enough to go back to duty. So reporting for duty at the FDNY. Now I just have to worry about him not getting killed in a fire. No problem, no problem.
Devin has a question.
What's up, Devin?
Who do I have to get in contact with to keep my radio show for next year?
I would say that you should probably Megan. Tell Megan, hey Megan, guess what? Can you write down, or who's going to be program director next semester? I forget now. Really, I've been home too long, people. Megan, do you remember who we have for program director? I know that, well, you could tell Ethan Stitchin too. He's the new station manager for next year. So, letting him know. But Megan, now that Megan knows, that's enough. She's on the board of directors. So great, glad you're coming back. We'd love to have your show. It's fun to listen to. So, yay. Okay, anyway, so I just hope that for the duration that we have to go through all of this, that the rest of you dodge bullets left and right, that you don't have to encounter this illness, that nobody in your universe that you love gets sick, and I really just pray every day that life can get back to better than normal, because normal apparently wasn't good enough. If normal, excuse me, allergies, not the coronavirus. But if normal were good enough, we wouldn't be in this position. So let's come back better than normal. And I'll see you all in August. And feel free to reach out to me through email, or I'm on Facebook if you just want to talk. Otherwise, get your 3rd and 4th shows done and in the can. Don't forget your show logs. Those count too. And again, congratulations on making it through this class in a really weird way. I didn't expect to have to do it this way, neither did you. But those of you who are here right now, and including Eli W., and Eli H. also pulled it together too. You all really pulled it off under difficulty, and that matters. That's character building. So I can't wait to see you all soon. And everybody have a good rest of your semester. Good luck with your finals, and have a good summer. We're going to come out of this okay.